Hey everyone, this is question number 8 of the ISC 2024 computer science paper. And the question says that you have designed a class coding where there are variables given to you. These are the variables. WRD will store the input, length for the length of the word, constructor to initialize the uh, instance variable with default values, except to take the except, and find to find the the character or the least ASCII code, not the character. I don't have to show the character, only the least and the highest ASCII code, and show will do the needful. You also have to show ASCII code of every of the letter of the particular word. Okay, so let's code in. So here's the code, and this is a variable WRD, string variable, to take the input. This is for storing the length. A constructor, which is initializing the instance variable with default values. And scanner class object, then this is the input function where we're taking the input from user and calculating the length of the word. Now this is one of the main function. I'll just explain you. So this is the main function find. Let me just scroll and then I'll explain you this. Now this find function, we have to find the highest and the least ASCII code. So I've taken two variables for least and highest ASCII codes. And what I did is I stored the first letter of that character into highest and least ASCII code. For example, Java was the input. Then the ASCII code of Java will get stored into this. All right. So the ASCII code of J is, I believe, 74. Yeah, 74. So 74 will get stored here. And then we'll run a loop from 0 to length to pull out all the characters and convert that character. Now word.character, wrd.character I is going to pull out the character, and this is converting, typecasting it into ASCII code, and we'll store it at ASCII variable. Now we'll check if the ASCII code of the letter which we pulled out is less than the least ASCII code, means is it less than the first alphabet's ASCII code, which we assume. If it is less, then we'll store that ASCII code into the least ASCII code. This is for the least, the smallest. And then we'll do similarly for the highest. So we'll say else if the ASCII code which we pulled out is more than the highest ASCII code which we assumed is to be of J, then that ASCII code will get stored into highest. So this code is for highest and least in an array. And here we are calculating the least ASCII code ASCII number or value, or the highest ASCII code value. And then we are just simply printing out the least and the highest ASCII code value. So this is what happening in the find function. Now when we further go down, there's another function called show, which is going to pull out every alphabet and print its corresponding ASCII code. So in that function show, again, we have taken a variable ASCII to store the ASCII code of each character. You're running a loop from 0 to length, pulling out the character with this function, converting, typecasting it into a integer, so that becomes the ASCII code, and prints out the word at that ith position and its ASCII code, and then calling the function find. Now the find, when we call the function find, what it's gonna do is gonna run this function and then just calculate the this whole stuff, and then shows you the least and the highest ASCII code. So ultimately you will get the output as was asked in the question, right? Then we have a main, and in the main we just created an object of the coding class and called the accept and show. Inside show only we are calling find, so no need of calling the find function in the main. Let's see how it works. I'll show you how it runs. So here's the class coding, and I'm just running it, and I'll go to the terminal, type the word as was asked in the question. I give the same word Java, and you see it gives me the corresponding output. Every alphabet's ASCII code is printed, and you got the least and the highest ASCII code printed also. All right. So this is the way you have to solve this question. Thank you very much for giving your time. In the next video, I will be solving another question of this paper. Thank you so much. If you like the video, please subscribe and share and comment if you have any doubt.